One, two, three.
Perfect.
Clap a single time, did you?
I did.
Did you clap?
Yes.
Oh man, it didn't even pick up on my mic. All right, what's up, guys? Welcome into the new episode 20, which is a pretty big milestone, huh, Five?
Oh yeah,
sick.
can't believe we've gotten this far. I can't believe people are still watching us.
Pretty nuts. We are steadily growing both on the Twitch stream, which if you don't watch is in the description, and on the YouTube channel, which I assume if you just heard me say that, you are watching right now. So, I feel like I'll let Faf introduce the topic to this video because I normally introduce the topics.
Okay. Traversing Eternity. It's a vortex dungeon. It's new. Wow. It has snakes. That means that we will step on snakes. I don't really know where to go from here. I don't really know where to go from here. That's pretty much...
pretty much all we'll be talking about is just the fact that, so they released the final... quote unquote final, because we don't know if anything else will eventually come, but final Amduat dungeon, which comes along with, Paradox and things like that. They released the final stage of that. They released Mott and the God King fight. And we could probably also talk a little bit about the upcoming celebration and kind of the things that we see are coming along with that, and then make another video soon about the celebration itself, because that will be as of right now, it's Tuesday, so that maintenance will be, I believe, tonight.
Knowing full well that, 2 days from now, we're going to be doing one on Brave Halloween, that's probably a good idea.
Yeah. So I feel like I haven't actually done God King yet, just because I've been so busy with work, but I have watched people do it. So I feel like I can't really speak from pure expertise, but I assume you have beat God King before, so maybe you could give us... a couple of things to talk about regarding that fight.
Yes. So, God King functions almost identically to Osiris in that you need DBBs in order to deal decent damage to him. I tried to Deku Nuke, and I did get pretty far, but really just DBB spamming the way to victory. And I know that isn't really surprising given the trend of content, but that's basically how you beat God King. And the reason why we have Cyclone over there stepping on the God King is because Cyclone makes this fight an absolute joke. Because the God King attempts to put an angel idol on himself like a fool in order to put himself into his second phase and to restore his health. But if you use Cyclone, you can remove the angel idol and prevent him from being able to reapply it for a few turns. So if you spam something with a Cyclone DBB, which is either Mott, Set, or Hishka Fiora, you will shut him down entirely. Also, to that effect, Mott DBB deals absolutely insane damage, just as I thought it would, and he just can't take it. He just sort of crumples and dies.
He just gets crushed.
Yeah. He definitely gets tread on.
He gets tread on. Yeah, I would agree with that. And so I guess the question is it Mott Set specifically that deal a lot of damage, or is it just that their modifier is really high against the God King because like Osiris and Vizier, DBBs deal a lot of damage?
It's the modifiers for the DBB itself, and the fact that they have a bunch of passives on it from both units' prerequisites.
I think that'll be really fun.
You can still beat it with the DBB.
Mess around with that DBB in the future, especially when we get higher level DBBs, which presumably are coming soon, so...
Yeah. I mean, you can... and Dreeps mentioned this, DBB doesn't really do much against Vizier, but Vizier just sort of crumples basically anything, so...
Yeah, Vizier dies anyway, so not much to see there. So, I guess on the topic of the God King fight and all that stuff, I feel like it might be good to talk about Mott, because, pretty solid unit that I feel like would be good to take some time to talk about and analyze a little bit.
Okay. I'll go ahead and say this right now. she is a side grade to Sheriff. She's a straight upgrade if we're talking in terms of subs, but if we're talking in terms of leaders, she's only a side grade.
Yeah, because she doesn't offer any kind of multiplier other than crit on her leader skill.
Correct. And also because her leader skill is strangely missing just flat passive mitigation, which means that
it's
Sheriff
after
still
taking 5k, yeah.
Right.
It's odd.
Sheriff still does that thing.
So she doesn't really fill anything that Sheriff can't do, but as a sub she's better. But would you say overall, comparing her to Sheriff, is it still worth it to run Sheriff over her, considering her, for lack of a better term, lacking leader skill?
I mean, for like raids and whatnot, because we don't really have any raids that can't be solved by just Deku nuking, I don't really see myself purposefully removing Sheriff for Ma'at. But if we continue to get hard content for Thunder that isn't just DVB spam and would actually require me to run like the standard Deku format, then I might consider running her.
Yeah.
The big reason why...
I feel like she definitely has a lot of really good merit. I mean, first of all, the turn skip purge on UBB is going to be nice, assuming we get more content that comes in the future that deals with turn skip. And I see that being somewhat useful in Drowning Darkness, though I don't really know why you wouldn't have already cleared Drowning Darkness if you have Char Paradox at that point.
I actually find that strange. I'm asking this mainly to the chat. In any of your God King attempts, did he actually inflict turn skip on you? I never saw it. Did I glitch out there or what?
No, you're good. I don't know. I haven't done God King yet.
Yeah. Chat seems to be on the consensus that he never did turn skip. Why does Mott... Okay. I guess it's...
I assume it's to give Mott viability outside of just, God King fight.
I'll give it this. If you're stuck on the Cerinthus fight, and you absolutely refuse to run Tavarius, or maybe you want to run her with Tavarius, you now have an extra cleanse. Also, this UBB would probably just annihilate everything that Cerinthus can do.
Yeah, pretty much.
Not that I want that rerun, but... Not that I want that rerun, but...
Yeah, no, I would prefer if we never got a rerun again, but... At this point, it seems like it's pretty inevitable that reruns are going to be a thing. I'm hoping after this rotation of reruns, we get something new. We'll see.
People are saying that turn skip is after the totems, which is something he does on like turn 15 and it ends on like turn 18 or 20, depending on how many UBBs you've used through the fight.
And I assume you normally kill him by that point.
Oh, I do my best to avoid totems because the totem phase is aggravating and I don't like dealing with it. I don't really think anyone does. So essentially the fight does not have turn skip because the strategy is essentially to kill him before he could possibly have the opportunity to use it.
Other than that, I think I need to go try out God King and see how it does without Mott, because I don't have my own Mott right now. So I'll give it a try. I also don't have Fiora, so I'll go give it a try and see how god-awful it is without either of those things.
Yeah.
I think it'll be an interesting test to see how frustrating he will be without Cyclone DBB.
It's not going to make a huge difference. You have Tavarius DBB, right?
Yes, I do.
Just hit him with that.
Tavarius Non, right?
Tavarius. You can run Non in the squad as well. You can run her with recast, and her UBB has 50% fill, so you can just sort of
there you go.
Mock that.
Just loop into more crystals.
Yes, and you can do that with multiple units in Thunder, actually. You can do that with Krissa as well. And if you have more than one Krissa, there's 2 to go. You have Vrana. You have, I guess, Razak, if you wanted to go that route.
Razak.
Cerise has 30%, So if you're absolutely missing someone, you can do that. Tuca does it, but I know neither of us have Tuca because Tuca was...
I have Tuca.
Oh, you have Tuca? Okay.
Yeah. I don't know why, but I do.
I think you were getting her while you summoned for Kaneki. No,
That's
for
right.
Shu. Did you summon for Shu, or did you?
I did. I pulled a couple of Shu just because I wanted him. I like to pull collab units for collection purposes because they're fun to have.
I think I skipped that part of the collab entirely. I just went for Juzo and Kaneki.
Basically, yeah. That was all that was really worthwhile in that collab. That and Yamori. Yamori was solid.
And Tuca, apparently. Because she can be used for this.
Well, yeah, true. So on top of God King and Ma, and obviously this is going to be a really short video because there really isn't a whole lot to cover. It does feel kind of like we are in a dry spell right now. In terms of content, we just had FH, nothing exciting, things like that. But I feel like this Brave Halloween is gonna be pretty fun. And so, just to add a little bit of substance so that we can have something else to talk to, I feel like it would be fun to talk about our theories on what a rainbow golem is, because
yes.
we did speak of that.
So for those who don't understand what we're referring to, the most recent announcement from Gumi detailed a live event at some gaming... I'm going to look up the title because I feel like an idiot not knowing what this is. The ESGS 2019, the Esports and Gaming Summit. And they're planning to have a booth there. And if you tweet about it and go there physically, not only do you get a physical prize, but you also get, among other things, 3 rainbow golems. Now, some people are saying that these rainbow golems are just random golems from the types. But
sorry, go ahead.
I think that this is going to be similar to what miracle totems used to be. And for the final, maybe bond levels 8 to 9 and 9 to 10, you'll be able to use these rainbow golems to upgrade. So it'll be like you have to use like 3 grands of each type, and then a rainbow golem, and then X amount of distilled ethers and X amount of whispering shards. That would be my theory as to what they're going to do with this.
That's definitely interesting, and I would buy into that theory. I think the other theory the other 2 theories that I have that are sort of also I think would be valid is when they say rainbow golem, they're just referring to the fact that they will give you a golem of some kind. So 3 random golems, or a rainbow golem may be similar to something that can be used, like a golem that can be used to level any DBB. So, nice. Whether it's a dark type, a light type, a thunder type, whatever it is, you're still going to be able to use a rainbow golem for it. That's sort of my theory, and right now it's all speculation, but I guess we'll figure out what the deal is after this event.
I'm trying to think of, because that's so complicated to program, given Brave Frontier's system, because the recipe to evolve something, which this is evolving something, is fixed. You can't edit, you can't change what that is unless you create multiple different evolve conditions like you did. That's the reason why there's 3 Blight Arisens in the code, because Gumi wanted to make it so you could combine any of the 2 Blight spheres in order to get Blight Arisen. In the process, they had to create 3 different Blight Arisens. So they'd also have to create 3 different recipes for 3 different level 10s that are identical in order to do that.
That makes sense. I could buy into that.
I mean, they could do that. They could create different recipes for every single element and every single synergy combination to implement these rainbow golems as substitutes, but I don't see that happening.
Yeah. It sounds like a lot of extra effort on their end that really would not be worth it.
Right. It's easier to just refresh the Raid and Exalted Bazaars frequently to give us an influx of golems and then work backwards from there.
Essentially, yeah. Well, I think other than that, that pretty much covers everything that's really come out recently. I don't really think that there's a whole lot even left to talk about just because we're in, like I said, such a dry spell right now.
We could talk about the unit selector ticket, which is actually coming up pretty close to now.
Sure, if you'd like to. I mean, I'll let you explain it because you probably would be more eloquent in explaining it than I would.
All right, I'll do my best. The unit selector ticket is a ticket. You use it, and then you get to choose from a list of units. And then you choose the unit you want and the type you want that unit to be, and then you get it. And from what I've heard, the pool includes all of the basic summon units in addition to the Vortex Arena Season 3 units, which is basically the Battle Maiden's badge. So if you ever wanted a hankering for Kaena, Saren, Bailey, Fenia, Vanilla, or Liko, this is the place to get it. Also,
I really want a Bailey.
I can see that Shaman is in our chat talking about how Brave Halloween is culturally inaccurate, which I believe...
and we can talk about that after the stream as well, and after this video, because it could be something that we could address in the next video, honestly, talking about... Because assuming, time allows, our next video will be coming out very soon about the Brave Halloween, and that might be an interesting point to address.
I think I kind of addressed this as a meme before someone informed me that there was going to be actual sugar skulls in this. But I mentioned, whoever's making this content, it's just one person in a room who is trying to assemble the 13 crystal skulls by drinking all of Dan Aykroyd's Crystal Head vodka. And whenever they go in to fire him, there's a whole bunch of skulls in there, and they can't handle it. So he's just still there.
Terrifying.
It is.
He's just still there making content. It's the intern. He's revolted, and he won't stop drinking Dan Aykroyd's Crystal Head vodka.
Dan Aykroyd, please stop telling me about how your vodka doesn't have glycerol or antifreeze.
All right.
I don't understand what's going on.
Before we get too into talking about Dan Aykroyd, I feel like we can wrap it up. It's going to be a short episode, but like we said, there wasn't a whole lot to cover this time. So I guess we can do our our little outro, which is basically just check out the links in the description. We got a link to the wiki, Great Brave Frontier Multi-Tool, our Patreon, and our Twitch links, so check those out. Huge thanks to our Patreon supporters. They are also listed down below. If you guys have any comments about this video, let me know down in the description, and that's just about it. Or down in the description, down in the comments. Let me know what you guys think about this video. Faf, any closing words?
Place boot firmly on Snake's head.
Don't step on Snack.
But I've already done that. Twice. And I'll do it again. I'll fucking do it again.